I think you should be able to combine both concerns into a rule. I mean, the idea of pairing delegates and alternates is fine, but you need something, an override in the event that both of a pair are absent, that the delegate chairman can...
Do you have an amendment that you'd like to put in?
Can we vote on that before we do the...
We have to, if we're going to change it, we need to change the rule and vote on that and then come back to the main.
Move the question.
Yes, Al.
So I move the question.
Okay.
I propose
Well,
that
we now have to move the question.
Okay.
So the motion is to adopt the rules as the Temporary Rules Committee has explained it. Do you understand all of that?
What
Okay.
about the amendment?
All in favor, raise your hand.
No, what about the
The
amendment?
amendment
Say
comes
aye.
first.
What about the amendment?
There's been no amendment.
Yes. I thought we were going to.
There's been no amendment.
Did you not?
Okay, well, I thought I had,
Amended it.
I had
Have
proposed
you
an
made an
amendment.
amendment?
Yes, ma'am, I proposed
What
an
was that
amendment
amendment?
To strike.
to strike this language from the,
Was it seconded?
So I'll second.
Okay, I am going to eliminate parliamentary procedure in this case because we didn't have a second earlier. But we need to deal with this. It's in a friendly area, okay? So it's been moved and seconded that we strike this amendment regarding the pairing of the alternates and delegates. Are you ready for the question? Do you all understand it? All those in favor of striking that pairing suggestion from the rules, raise your hands for aye. All those opposed to striking the change? No. The noes have it in this case, I believe. And we'll go on to the main motion, which is to adopt the report that the Temporary Rules Committee has given. Any questions? All those in favor, say aye by raising your hands. And opposed, no. The ayes have it. The rules, was that a question? Okay. The ayes have it. The rules of the Temporary Rules Committee has been adopted. We're going to move on now to the Organization Committee. Now the organization, the Permanent Organization Committee in this case, recommends the permanent officers that will preside over the remainder of this particular convention, and all the delegates have to be, or all the people mentioned must be delegates and present. Jerry?
The committee recommends that Sue Evenwell become the chairman, permanent chairman, Ted Aikman become the permanent sergeant at arms, Jeannie Philpott become the permanent secretary, and Nigel Christopher become the permanent parliamentarian.
Okay. Sue Evenwell has been nominated. I'm going to stop you. We have to go through this one by one. Sue Evenwell has been nominated to be the permanent chairman. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Seeing that there are no other nominations, the nominations are closed. All in favor of having Sue Evenwell be the permanent chairman of the convention, raise your hand by signifying aye. All those opposed, no. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Permanent Organization Committee has also nominated Jeannie Philpott to be secretary of the convention. Are there any other nominations from the floor? If not, I declare that the nominations be closed. All those in favor of Jeannie Philpott being the secretary for the remainder of this convention, raise your hands and signify aye. All opposed, no. Thank you. The Permanent Organizations Committee has also recommended that Ted Aikman be our sergeant of arms for the remaining of this convention. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. And what's my next line? Where am I? All those in favor of Ted Aikman being the sergeant of arms for the remainder of the convention, raised by saying aye. All those opposed, no. Ted, congratulations. And at this time, I would like to appoint as chairman that the permanent convention, as the permanent convention chairman, and name Judy Kent as the permanent nominations, Committee Chairman and Ginger Schaefer as the Permanent Resolutions Committee Chairman. And at this point, we're going to take a 15-minute recess. Yes. Oh, I forgot about Nigel. Thank you for drawing that to my attention. Nigel, I'm just cruising right through here. I'm sorry, we got to backtrack. We can't recess yet. The Permanent Organization Committee has recommended that Nigel Christopher be our parliamentarian for the remainder of the convention. Are there any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. All those in favor of Nigel being our parliamentarian for the convention, raise your hand, signify aye. All those opposed, no. Thank you. The parliamentarian should have made the point. Anyway, at this time we are going to recess for 15 minutes, and it's for the purpose of the Resolutions Committee to finish up their work and for the Nominations Committee to finish up their work. If you have any resolutions you would still like to present to the Resolutions Committee, get to see Ginger. If you are in this room and you've just decided you wanted to go to the state convention just now, you need to get to see Judy because she can work that out perhaps for you. So we are going to stand in recess until about 10 minutes of 11. So we're going to about. Before we recessed, I neglected to do something, and that is to let you know who's been working hard on these next two committees that you'll be hearing from. On nominations, there were Carl Byers, John Schaefer, Don White, Maxine Patton, and Bud Spence. And on resolutions, there was Nigel Christopher, Matt Barrett, Isaac Osborne, Tony Giacino, Mike Clifton, and Tony Mize. Give them a round of applause because they've been working hard. Those two committees are really intense, and they've been meeting several times over the last couple of weeks to get all this resolved. So thank you very much for your service in that regard. At this time, the chairman of the Nominations Committee is going to present her report, and the Nominations Committee is responsible for recommending a list of individuals who will serve as delegates and alternates to the state convention. Madam Chair, are you ready? Oh, you are. Come on up.
Madam Chair, and all of the enthusiastic attendees of the Titus Trailer Manufacturing Hub of the World County Convention, the hard-working yet humble Nominations Committee recommends the following deserving individuals for selection to serve as delegates to the great state of Texas, once referred to as the Republic of Texas Convention, to be held in the thriving metropolis of Dallas, home of the sometime in the past world champion Dallas Cowboys. Delegate nominees are Sue Evanwell, Tony Giacino, Nigel Christopher, Emily Aikman, Bob Philpott, Isaac Osborne, Timothy Rovell Sr., Madison Barrett, Carl Byers.
The question is on the adoption of the delegates as presented by the Nomination Committee. Is there any discussion or question about it? All those in favor of the report as given, say aye by raising your right hand. All those opposed, say no.